Welcome back to Haulover Inlet down in Miami, Florida, and it's this episode of Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, along with our boy Wavy Boats getting the images, and let's get this round started. Our first boaters to come blasting through Haulover Inlet this week is going to show us something that none of you need to try at home. What these guys were thinking when they were doing this, I have no earthly clue. Billy Bob here must have looked at Tommy and said, "Hey man, this looks like fun. Let's go sit up front on the hard fiberglass and see if we can break our tailbones." And Haulover is going to give him the opportunity to do that. At least Tommy here was smart enough to realize they're moving too slow, and he's going to tell the captain to go ahead and speed up. But we're going to catch this one in slow motion before they get moving again. These guys right here probably won't be walking straight for the next couple days. These guys will, however, continue their way right on outside of Haulover Inlet, but unfortunately for them, that boneheaded mistake is definitely going to go ahead and give this first round to Haulover Inlet in our competition. Our second boater is going to take a little more relaxed approach and show us what it's like when you have a nice relaxing family day going through Haulover. Here it looks like two couples and probably one of their kids are heading out of Haulover Inlet. These guys have the throttle set just about the right pace for their boat and size. Of course, I love watching boats come through Haulover Inlet throttles down like the one we just saw a few seconds ago that passed these guys, but right here it's all about understanding your boat and the capabilities of your boat and hitting the right speed, and these guys are going to take a win for the boats in this round. And our third boaters, really? Twice in one day? Well, I guess here we go. Our third boaters who are going to try and battle Haulover Inlet are going to do something very similar to our first boaters, but in a much worse way. Here we're going to watch them attempt to come out of Haulover Inlet with this young child in the front of the bow of the vessel with no life jacket on. This one gets me every single time. I have no clue why anybody ever thinks this is a good idea, especially to put a kid up there with no life jacket is just insane to me. Here you can tell this kid's taking a little bit of a tail whooping. The boat's coming through pretty slow. Obviously they're trying to be cautious with the kid up front, but once again, this is just a really stupid idea. I don't know who does this. These guys win Parent of the Year award, I guess, but whatever. This round right here is going to go to Haulover 2. As I've always mentioned, there's no way I'm ever giving a round to somebody putting a kid in the bow of the boat with no life jacket on, even if they do make it out of Haulover just fine. Our next boater in the fourth round is going to show us what it's like when you decide you're going to take your eyes off of Haulover. You always have to keep your eyes forward. Anybody who's a boater will tell you this. Anytime you look somewhere beyond forward, you take a nice little smack to the chops. Every single time without fail. I have no clue why. Here in a second we're going to see our man. He looks at the camera and bam, gets a little shot right there. But that little shot's not enough to give them a loss, as they kept a pretty good pace rolling through Haulover, and we'll give this round to the boats, and that'll take us into our fifth and final round. Tied it to a piece, and oh my god, there is no way we are seeing this 3 times in one day. But you know what? We absolutely are. I give up. Here we go. I mean, this crew is absolutely ecstatic to see the camera sitting here at Haulover though, so maybe they did this on purpose. Maybe they were giving us a reason. They're like, you know what? We're going to be in the 5th round of Boats versus Haulover. Well, here we go. I'm not going to call this one, guys, because there's no way I possibly can, and you know my opinions on this. I'm going to let you guys call this one. Who wins this round? Does this boat take Haulover down with this lady sitting in the front? Or does Haulover take the win in this episode? Kind of like we did in last week's episode, where you guys voted unanimously that Granny took the win from this scene right here. That's right, Grandma took on Haulover in this little Tahoe, and she wound up getting the win for the boats last week. So hit the comments up below, let me know who won this week, the boats or Haulover. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, be sure to check out our other 2 channels. We have Wavy Boats, who gets us all this great footage from Haulover Inlet, and my channel, Broncos Guru, where we do some great comedy boating videos over there as well. If you haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on that subscribe button.